Nuclear war city survival. After the bomb, post-nuclear city, urban collapse, firestorm, radiation survival, nuclear disaster city, emergency survival, post-apocalypse city, history explained, nuclear aftermath, civil collapse, dark history. You survived the blast. Technically, you were not vaporized. You were not erased from the map. In one bright administrative decision, you are still here, which sounds like good news. Until you look outside. The city is still standing. Parts of it, anyway. The skyline is broken. The air is wrong. Sirens are failing in stages. Cars are frozen where panic left them. Glass covers the streets. Like modern civilization, to shed its skin. And somewhere beyond the smoke, things are still burning, with the confidence of a species that built too much too close together. Welcome to the city after bomb. This is a phase where survival stops being about one explosion and becomes about everything that explosion touched, which, unfortunately for you, is almost everything. Let's see how long you last. Character spawn. Before we begin, we need to determine your current build. Are you in an apartment tower? Trapped in an office building? In a damaged house? In a subway station? In a hospital hallway? Or standing in the street? Looking at the skyline, like shock is a valid evacuation plan, statistically, you are in a city because cities contain people, and history loves maximizing consequences. You do not have a military escort, a fallout-proof bunker, a stocked emergency shelter, or a functioning urban government. Calmly explaining what happens next, you are a civilian, which means your current city survival kit is probably one dying phone, one bad flashlight, half a bottle of water, and a rapidly collapsing belief that someone else is handling this. But let's be generous. Let's say you are uninjured. For now, congratulations. You have unlocked mobility under terrible conditions. Level 1. The streets are dead. Cities depend on movement. Cars, trains, traffic lights, signals, bridges, road clearance, people obeying lanes, because society still feels contractual. Now remove all of that. Roads clog instantly. Intersections jam. Accidents pile up. Abandoned vehicles become steel barricades. Public transit stalls. Tunnels trap people. Bridges may be damaged, closed, or impossible to verify. The city has not disappeared. It has seized. And that matters. Because urban survival relies on access. Access to hospitals, access to water, access to shelter, access to family, access to information, access to escape. Now every route is a gamble. What looks open may be blocked farther ahead. What looks safe may be drawing people. Like a terrible idea with good signage, what looks faster may take you straight into fire, debris, crowd panic, or fallout. Cities are efficient because everything is connected. After the bomb, that same connectivity becomes a trap. You're no longer navigating infrastructure. You are navigating the skeleton of infrastructure, while millions of human decisions pile on top of the damage. Level 2, fire everywhere. Now we return to one of urban history's oldest enemies, fire. Only this time, it has help. Buildings are damaged. Water pressure is failing. Electrical systems are unstable. Gas lines are compromised. Roads are blocked. Emergency response is fragmented. And dense city design has become a tactical advantage for the flames. Apartment fires, office fires, vehicle fires, street-level fires, utility fires, fires inside places you cannot see yet, but will soon regret being near. This is the problem with cities after a nuclear detonation. The blast injures. The fire finishes the paperwork. Smoke thickens. Breathing gets worse. Visibility collapses. Panic speeds up bad decisions. And every hot surface, falling ember or ruptured line, turns your route-finding exercise into a chemistry exam with fatal grading. People imagine post-bomb cities as quiet ruins. That is adorable. Ruins are what come later. At first, the city is loud, burning, choking, shouting, breaking, and trying to kill you through secondary consequences, which, as always, is civilization's favorite genre. Level 3, the hospital mirage. Naturally, people go where help is supposed to be. Hospitals. This is logical. It is also catastrophic because hospitals in a damaged city become gravity wells for suffering. The injured flood in, burn victims, crush injuries, smoke inhalation, lacerations, shock, radiation exposure, people carrying children, people carrying parents, people carrying strangers, because the old rules still flicker for a little while. But hospitals are not magic. They are systems. And systems hate mass casualty events. Power may be unstable. Water may be limited. Backup generators may be rationed. Supply chains are dead. Staff are exhausted, missing injured, or try to reach their own families. Beds vanish instantly. Hallways become triage zones. Waiting rooms become moral philosophy. Who gets treated first? Who gets pain management? Who gets surgery? Who gets told there is nothing left to do? This is where people learn that modern medicine is powerful, but only inside a functioning civilization. Outside that, it becomes heroic improvisation. In fluorescent ruin, the hospital still exists. That does not mean it can save you. Level 4. Water has left the chat. Cities are thirsty machines. They need pumping stations, treatment systems, pipes under pressure, electricity, maintenance crews, and a level of order that no longer exists. After the bomb, water becomes one of the first major betrayals. Tap pressure drops, then sputters, then vanishes. Toilets stop flushing. Sinks become decorative. Firefighting gets weaker. Sanitation begins its slow revenge. People always think the first crisis is food. That is because people have never watched a dense urban population realize the water system is no longer a promise. Now every bottle matters. Every stored container matters. Every bathtub someone filled early begins to look like a genius move. And once water becomes scarce, everything else becomes worse. Burns worsen. Wounds worsen. Heat worsens. Hygiene collapses. Disease gets interested. Human patience thins. A city without water is not a city in trouble. It is a countdown. Level 5, night without power. Then the power goes. Maybe all at once. Maybe block by block. Maybe it flickers first, just to offer one final emotional insult. And suddenly the city becomes unfamiliar. No streetlights. No elevators. No refrigeration. No charging. No traffic signals. No lit storefronts. No comfortable illusion that the grid is permanent. Urban life depends on electricity so completely that most people only notice it when it leaves. Now every stairwell is harder. Every hallway is darker. Every apartment tower becomes a vertical punishment machine. Every intersection becomes negotiation by fear. Every rumor sounds more believable in the dark. Night after the bomb is not ordinary night. It is infrastructure-shaped dread. You hear things you cannot verify. You see fires where landmarks used to be. You realize how much of civilization was just electricity, performing confidence on your behalf. Without it, the city stops pretending. It is under control. And so, do the people in it. Level 6, the crowd problem. Cities are dense. That is usually the point. After the bomb, it becomes a design flaw. Crowds form at hospitals, pharmacies, gas stations, transit hubs, supermarkets, water points. Rumors. Yes, rumors. Someone says a shelter is open. Someone says buses are coming. Someone says the military is handing out supplies. Someone says this neighborhood is contaminated. Someone says another strike is coming. Now people move, fast, poorly coordinated, emotionally charged, often armed with nothing except panic and unfinished information. Crowds are dangerous because no one inside one believes they're the problem. They are just trying to survive. So is everyone else. That is how stampedes happen. That is how fights start. That is how lines collapse into grabbing. That is how one shout becomes 50 people running. For reasons no one can fully explain, cities after catastrophe do not simply contain panic. They amplify it. One block hears a rumor. 3 blocks react. 10 blocks feel the pressure. And suddenly the whole district is behaving like a frightened organism with no frontal lobe, which, to be fair, is not that far from the truth. Level 7, your building hates you. Let's talk about shelter, because in cities, a lot of survival comes down to what kind of box you were already living in. High-rise apartment? Congratulations. You now live in a vertical logistics nightmare. Stairs only, limited water, possible fire spread, possible structural damage, limited exit routes, and neighbors making increasingly emotional choices. In close proximity, office tower, glass, debris, broken systems, locked areas, ventilation concerns. Corporate architecture is much less inspiring when the apocalypse actually arrives. Basement unit, better shielding. Worse if flooding, smoke, or exit blockage begins. Small house? Depends on fire exposure, location, damage, and whether the outside is safer than staying. The point is simple. A building is not safe just because it is still standing. After the bomb, the questions multiply. Can it burn? Can you leave? Can you re-enter? Can you carry water up? Can you sleep there? Can you defend it? Can it keep fallout out? Can it keep people out? Urban shelter is not about comfort anymore. It is about whether your structure is a refuge, a trap, or a delayed argument with gravity. Level 8, looting, desperation, and other human features. Now we've reached the part where people start arguing over resources with the energy of a collapsing primate hierarchy. Some will call it looting. Some will call it survival. Some will call it redistribution. Some will call it, I have children. Some will call it, I got here first. And all of them will still be standing in the same ruined store, holding the same last box of bottled water. This is the thing about cities in crisis. Need arrives faster than morality can organize itself. Pharmacies get emptied. Corner stores get stripped. Warehouses become targets. Private homes become inventory. Locks become suggestions. Ownership becomes increasingly theoretical. If enforcement has evaporated, not everyone becomes violent. That would actually be simpler. Some people cooperate. Some protect each other. Some share supplies. Some build neighborhood systems. Some become excellent under pressure. Others become reasons to move furniture. In front of the door, the city after the bomb does not reveal a single truth about human nature. It reveals all of them at once. And unfortunately, they do not all get along. Level 9, no safe direction. At some point, you will ask the question every city survivor asks, should I leave? Reasonable question. Terrible timing. Because leaving a damaged city sounds obvious until you remember that roads are blocked, transport is unreliable, fuel is scarce, outside information is poor, fallout patterns may be unclear, fires may redirect you, authorities may be absent or contradictory, and thousands of other people are having the same brilliant idea. This creates one of the cruelest mechanics. In post-bomb survival, movement feels like progress, but in a broken city, movement often means exposure. Exposure to crowds, to smoke, to debris, to radiation, to violence, to exhaustion, to wrong turns you can no longer afford. Staying is risky, leaving is risky, waiting is risky, choosing badly is extra risky. This is why urban collapse is such a vicious level. There is no clearly marked safe zone, no glowing arrow, no trustworthy minimap, only a damaged environment, forcing you to make strategic decisions with incomplete information, while tired, thirsty, and increasingly less patient, which is historically one of our weaker settings. Level 10, the second day city. The first day is shock. The second day is comprehension. That is when the city changes shape, not physically, psychologically. On day 1, people still believe this might be temporary, that rescue is forming, that the system is bent not broken. That help is delayed, not dead. By day 2, the tone shifts. The lines are longer. The faces are different. The helpful people are more tired. The angry people are louder. The quiet people are scarier. Neighborhoods begin developing their own rules. Buildings begin developing their own politics. Information becomes more local, less reliable. The city stops feeling like one place. It fragments, block by block, building by building, group by group, and that fragmentation matters. Because cities usually protect people through scale and coordination. Now scale is a liability, and coordination is mostly folklore. You are no longer living in a metropolis. You are living in pockets of improvisation, separated by danger, which is a much less marketable urban experience. Final boss, the third night window. Then comes the moment when you stand near a dark window, or a stairwell, or the roof access you probably should not use, and realize the city you knew is gone, not erased. Worse, still there, but no longer functioning as itself. The skyline is familiar. The systems are not. The map still exists. The meaning has changed. That street used to mean coffee. Now it means broken glass and possible fire spread. That street used to mean coffee. Now it means broken glass and possible fire spread. That hospital used to mean treatment. Now it means overload. That apartment tower used to mean home. Now it means water logistics and exit vulnerability. That main road used to mean escape. Now it means gridlock and exposure. This is the final cruelty of the city after the bomb. It weaponizes familiarity. Everything looks close enough to normal to tempt you into normal behavior. But normal behavior is obsolete now, and the people who survive longest are usually the ones who understand that fastest, not the bravest, not the loudest, not the most cinematic, the most adaptive. Because in the city after the bomb, survival is not about defeating chaos. It is about learning which version of chaos you can still live inside. Survival stats: mobility, jammed. Fire risk, aggressively high. Medical access, overwhelmed. Water security, collapsing. Power grid, gone or lying. Crowd stability, fragile. Shelter reliability, highly variable. Personal safety, street-level dependent. Would you respawn here? Only if you enjoy carrying water upstairs, making strategic decisions in smoke, and discovering that cities are just very complicated machines that become hostile when unplugged. The city after the bomb, 2 out of 10 stars. Dense, flammable, emotionally overcrowded. The bomb breaks the skyline. The city breaks itself, trying to survive what comes after. Spawn history. Games have never been fair.